Whatever should Timmons here. Now this week being May, lots of really interesting movies to look forward to in the month of May. So here are my official top 10 anticipated movies coming out in the month of May here. All right. Coming in at number 10, I'm going with the Amy Winehouse biopic Back to Black. Now, I have been really hearing great things, but I'm actually still interested in this. It's directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, who, yes, gave us the first 50 Shades. But she did a really good job with the John Lennon biopic years ago called Nowhere Boy. So I have some hopes for that. Of course, Marissa, what's her last name? Marissa Abuela, I think her name is. She looks great as Amy. Jack O'Connor looks terrific. I think this movie could be very interesting in my opinion, but hopefully I'll end up enjoying it. All right, number 9 is of course a Disney Plus film, and that is Jim Henson Idea Man. Now, of course, this is a documentary about Muppets creator Jim Henson, and this is directed by Ron Howard. And this looks really amazing. Definitely. It's going to go to the details about Jim Henson's life. Seeing lots of interviews by likes of his kids and all. I mean, Jim Henson was a living legend. Of course, I grew up with the likes of the Muppets, Sesame Street, and stuff like that. And seeing like a pretty much a documentary about his life could be very interesting. Like this could definitely be like the Miss. Remember that Miss Rogers documentary a couple years ago? Won't You Be My Neighbor? This could definitely be that of the 2020s here, and it looks really interesting. I'm sure it's going straight to Disney Plus, but hey, I'll still be watching it. I'm like, no, whenever it premieres. All right, number 8, I'm going with Unfrosted. Of course, this is the biopic, pretty much the true story about the creation of Pop Tarts, starring and directed by Jerry Seinfeld. You got the likes of Bill Burr as JFK, Melissa McCartney, Bobby Monahan, Max Greenfield, Christian Slayer, Amy Schumer. I mean, the list goes on and on. It looks really interesting. I always do love Jerry Seinfeld. Obviously Seinfeld is a classic, so I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. It looked like I always do. I'm always a sucker for these type of true story of how something came to be. And top off, you got Hugh Grant as Tony the Tiger. What more can you ask for there? All right, number 7, I'm going with Strangers Chapter 1. Now, of course, this is the pretty much like a reboot slash sequel, if you will, of the Strangers film. Of course, they do got like 2 other Strangers movies coming, and this is where like this couple who came into contact with 3 psychopathic masked strangers on a road trip, and of course they're being terrorized in their home. Of course, you got Madeline Patch from Riverdale fame. I really quite like the first 2 Strangers, so I'm definitely looking forward to check out this new one. It looks a lot creepy, looks really intriguing. I'm hoping this is good, and hopefully the next 2 will be great. I mean, now this is of course directed by Randy Harlan, who could be a hit and miss sometimes, but when he hits, he knows how to hit, like Deep Blue Sea, Cliffhanger. So hopefully this could be a good one. All right, number 6, I'm going with the Garfield movie. Now the trailer for this has looked really cute. It looks charming. Chris Pratt as a voice going from Mario to Garfield. Interesting turnaround there. Sam Jackson as like the voice of Garfield's dad. That's something I never knew I needed. This looks like a lot of fun to check out. So I'm definitely looking forward to see this. I mean, who doesn't love Garfield, right? And I even enjoyed the Bill Murray one. I know people like trash on that one, but the Bill Murray one I always enjoyed. The first one, that is. The second, yeah, that's whatever. All right, number 5 is another family film, and that is F. Of course, this is about a young girl named Bea who has been going through a troubling experience in her life. Unexpectedly gains on the ability to see people's imaginary friends. And of course, you got the likes of Ryan Reynolds, who plays her neighbor, Cal, who has the same abilities. And together they join forces to reunite the Fs with their former kids here. And the voices are really the dream. You got the voice from the likes of Steve Carell to John Krasinski to Emily Blunt. Of course, John Krasinski is the director behind this too. It looks like it'd be really interesting to check out. The end. Some of the CG looks really intriguing. I'm really looks like a live action Foster's Home Imaginary Friends here, and I'm all for it. All right. Number four, I'm going with the horror film In a Violent Nature. Now, this is pretty much a horror film that a slasher film directed by Chris Nash, which is described as an eminent slasher and follows like a mute killer who targets a group of teenagers in Toronto wilderness with the events observed largely from the killer's perspective. Because with all slasher movies, you always like see you never really see the killer's perspective. You always like see the people we rarely care about, just getting slashed and unlikable characters that you just don't care if they get, slashed or not. This time around, we're actually following the killer as he do his thing. And it looks a little slow, I admit that. But I'm all for this. This looks very original for anyone who always says Hollywood don't make original ideas anymore. This is original, people. I am getting a little bit of like a Friday the 13th vibe here. Who doesn't love like a good camp-based horror film? So I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. Now, it's of course premiering in theaters this month, and it will premiere on Shudder, I believe, in July or sometime down the line. All right, number three, I'm going with The Fall Guy. Now, the trailers for this has looked a lot of fun. Directed by David Leitch, who's becoming one of my favorite action movie directors. From Atomic Blonde to John Wick, to Bullet Train. I'm really loving David Leitch's work, and this looks like it'd be really cool. Based on a classic TV show, from the '70s, starring Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Aaron Taylor Johnson. The action. Pretty much, of course, this is a movie about a stunt person, and we really need more movies about stunt people. Like it is insane on this like type of dangers that they get into, and this just from the look of it, this really shows how dangerous stunts could get. And this looks like pretty interesting to check out. And of course, Ryan Gosling, he became pretty more like I feel like he's been popular always since like the Notebook fame and stuff like that. But I feel like ever since Barbie came out last year, he's pretty much more hot right now than he has ever been. So yeah. Anyway, number two, I'm going with Furiosa: A Mad Max Saga. Of course, this is set 15 to 20 years before the events of Fury Road. As the world falls apart, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers into the hands of biker horde led by warlord Demetrius Tennis, played by Chris Hemsworth. And yeah, this looks a lot of fun. Check out. I really enjoy the Mad Max films. The last one, of course, got nominated for Best Picture, won a lot of Oscars, was really entertaining. Of course, you got Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, directed by George Miller, who's always great. So I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. And my number one anticipated film of the month is, of course, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It takes place many years after the reign of Caesar. A young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and make choices that will define a future for apes and human alike. And I'm, of course, excited for this one. The last three Apes movies were pretty decent. The last one could have been better. But something about this trailer has really has looked really cool. And by the way, my my dear, by the way, who's of course showing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It got. Hopefully, I could. This could be a little. You guys can see it. I'll probably post this on my community thing, but yeah, look what they got there. Like a big display of I forgot the character's name. Proximus, I think. Proximus, I think his name is. Who's voiced by Kevin Durant. Who's, by the way, was really good in Abigail. And by the way, you guys check out Kevin Durant. Not to be confused with Kevin Durant, the basketball player. Kevin Durant, who was in like X-Men Origins Wolverine. I wonder if he gets that a lot. Like anyway, but you guys gotta check out his Insta. Like he really posted some really cool stuff there. But as I was saying, Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. This does look a lot of fun. The visuals look really cool. It looks really entertaining. The other Apes movies, going all the way back to the Charlton Heston one. except for the Tim Burton one, honestly. Uh, but hey, the Apes movies have always been intriguing. They went from doing the Apes with people in suits to full on CGI. I mean, I'm excited to see where they're gonna take this one too. But that's pretty much it there. Uh, Now here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Back to Black. 9, Jim Henson Idea Man. 8, Unfrosted. 7, Strangers Chapter 1. 6, The Garfield Movie. 5, If. 4, In a Violent Night. 3, The Fall Guy. 2, Furiosa. And number 1, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, there's other ones I probably could have added. Now, there are also some that does not look all that great, like that. Like Atlas with Jennifer Lopez, Mother of the Bride with Miranda Cosgrove and Brooke Shields. But there are some other decent ones, like the Beach Boys documentary. That looks interesting. See, Ezra with no, that's not a biopic about Ezra Miller. It's with Bobby Cannavale and Robert De Niro. That looks interesting. Robot Dreams looks really good. I mean, May looks pretty promising for films. I mean, this is of course the start of the summer movie season, people. So let me let you guys. What are some of your anticipated movies coming out in the month of May? Are you excited for Apes, Furiosa, Strangers? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Him Messiah.